Hi, I'm Beth and today I'm going to be talking about my TBR challenge for January. So for 2015, I decided to do a TBR Jar challenge. For January, my challenge was read a book that has won an award. So the book I ended up reading was Eleanor and Park by Rowell. A lot of you recommended this book for me and thank you so much, I loved it. Eleanor and Park won a few awards last year, like the Goodreads Best Young Adult Fiction Book. It touched on a few sensitive topics and I love the way that Rowell talked about it. I gave this one a 4.5 star rating on my Goodreads account. Anyone who hasn't read it, please go and read it, but there are quite a few scenes in there that have a bit of mature content. I really do think you have to be careful while reading this one. I really know that I would have struggled reading it when I was younger, so just keep that in mind. Now I'm just going to quickly talk about Eleanor and Park and what I liked about it and what I didn't. So if you haven't read it, please go and read it and then come back and watch the video because there will be a few spoilers in there. Eleanor and Park is about two teenagers who just don't quite fit in. Eleanor is new to the school and all the awkward things that happen when you're new to a school happen to her. She doesn't quite fit in, she's very different, she has her own style and doesn't really care what anybody else thinks. Park is different in his own way. He kind of hangs out with the cooler group when he's on the bus, but he really just wants to be by himself and doesn't really care either. So the two of them meet on the bus on the way to school on Eleanor's first day, and there is quite a bit of an incident that happens, which means Eleanor has to sit next to Park, and slowly their relationship grows from that. I really loved the characters in this book. Eleanor was just gorgeous and she had been through a lot and I really did feel for her the whole time. The whole story about Eleanor's family really touched on some things that I know would be hard for some people to read about and might be quite close to their hearts. I never have been in a situation like that. Both my parents are still together, so I really do find it hard to relate, but I felt for her so much. The fact that she'd been kicked out a year beforehand and the way that her stepfather treated her, it was just horrible and I felt so sorry for her. Her escape was going to school, but she hated that too and she just didn't have anywhere to go where she felt safe. Her mother as well, I completely understand why Eleanor struggled to relate to her again, the fact that she let her be kicked out. There would just be so many trust issues there and you just really feel for the whole situation. Park's family is what is seen as more normal, I guess, in the book, and the comparison of the two families was really good to read about. And even though one is seemed to be more of a normal, better family, Park still had his issues and it just shows that everyone, no matter what their family life is like, still goes through similar things. Eleanor and Park's relationship I just absolutely loved. The whole storyline of them reading the books on the bus together was just gorgeous, and the way that Rowell wrote it, my heart was fluttering as I was reading it and it was so lovely. I just want to quickly talk about the ending as well. Eleanor's stepfather, I feel like I should have picked up on that whole thing sooner with all the books and what he was writing. I really did think it was the girls at the school and it was such a shock when it was revealed that it was him. I just didn't know what to think anymore. I really do applaud Eleanor for running. I think it was the best thing that she could have done in that situation because I feel if she stayed it would have got a lot worse. The thing I have an issue with then is that they left from Park's house. I feel like they should have stayed there, let Park's parents help them and then decide together what to do instead of jumping in the car and driving to her relative's house. I know in the situation it probably would have felt like the right thing to do, but personally I would have stayed put. I love the fact that the aunt and uncle were so willing to take them in. She was so worried about it, but straight away they knew what they had to do and they got the rest of the kids out, and I really do love that. I personally was expecting something a bit bigger when Park finally saw Richie later on after Eleanor had left. I honestly was expecting him to just attack him and was quite surprised when he walked away, and I must say I'm proud of Park for doing that because really if he did attack him it would have just been doing exactly what Richie would have done to him. in that situation. Now, I'm sure you were all stressed about the 3 words at the end, and I think everyone wants to believe that it was "I love you." And I really do want that as well, but I have this horrible feeling that it wasn't. I don't know what the 3 words were, and I really don't want to think about it too much because I know it'll just upset me. I really was just sobbing by the end of this book. Please let me know in the comments what you thought the 3 words were at the end, and we can talk about it a bit more. So that's just my quick little talk about Eleanor and Park. I know it wasn't in that much detail, but I did want to keep it short. Now, I already have posted this on my Instagram account, so some of you will know, but my TBR challenge for February is read a 2015 debut novel. Now, I'm thinking of reading Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I think that's how you say her name. I'm not too sure. That one comes out on the 12th of February, and I have been really excited about this book for a while, even though I hardly know anything about it. But if you have any other books that are coming out in 2015 you think I should read, please comment them below and I'll check them out. Thank you so much for watching this video, and please comment below what you think of the video and any other videos you want me to do. Thank you!